What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going over the steps on how to modify a basic self-cut system such as this and add your own LED lights. I'll also show you all how I cut my own hair in the second half of this video. As always, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Before I get into all the steps involved in this process, let's first take a look at all the models available.
There's the 3.0 travel version, the 2.0 Heaven Lights version, and the Black Lambo 3-way mirror version. What I'll be doing is converting the Black Lambo version to an equivalent of the Heaven Lights version. So you can see here the Black Lambo version has no lights, and then we move over to the Heaven Lights version and it has 3 lights on the top. So let's take a look at this table. Column B shows the different items. Column C shows the modified version and the itemized prices. Column D just shows the Heaven Lights version in general and its total price of $150. So we'll be using an LED strip with some power, some LED connectors, and some Velcro strips for a total price of about $128, and I'll post these links in the description below.
Let's go over the pros. You have the ability to switch out lights when a strip goes out, and you can also add more lighting than the 2.0 provides. I would say a con is just the work that you have to do to set all of this up, but once you understand how all of it comes together, then it will no longer be an issue. Alright, let's get started. The first thing we need to do is get our LED loom and figure out the length that we need per panel.
One thing to note is that when you receive the lights brand new, this plug will be connected directly to the strip. The reason why mine is cut is because the strip that the plug was connected to went out, so I had to replace it. At this point, you need to decide what configuration you want your lights to have. Now lay the strip out. Find the line where the measurement ends. Then cut on that line between the points of contacts with your scissors. Do these measurements wherever you would like to place the lights. When each strip is cut, grab your Velcro and cut it into pieces the same width as the lights. For 1-inch pieces, you'll be able to cut them into thirds. Attach the fuzzy side on the lights and the rigid side on the mirrors. Next, grab a connector and pop the clip open. Line up the positive and negative metal tabs so they pinch the positive and negative connectors on the strip. You might need a screwdriver to slide the connectors under the tabs. This is how it should look when fully seated. Close the clip, then connect the rest of the strips together. Once all the strips are connected to one another and the Velcro is put in place, you can now install the lights. Start from one end and work your way around. As you can see, the mirrors are still able to fold flat. Now let's install the power switch to turn on the lights.
So that's it for this part of the video, everyone. I hope you found it helpful. I have had this set up since 2016. I initially just had 3 lights, and then I decided that I wanted more lighting, so I added the 2 vertical lights on the sides. Now for the second half of the video, you'll actually get to see me put these mirrors to use. Let me first start off by saying that I'm not a barber, and I don't claim to be. I 100% respect their profession. All I'm trying to show you guys are the things that I've learned throughout the years.
So let's go over the basics on how to fade your hair. I've laid everything out so you can see how each item blends into the other. We'll begin on the left side and work our way to the right. The shaver is the closest you'll get to skin bald. The outliner trimmer will leave a little more hair than the shaver. Then a closed blade on the fast feeds will be a step above that.
The fade is created as you gradually open the blade while cutting your hair. A fully open blade will blend into the closed half guard. And an open half guard will blend into a closed one guard. This concept is the same as you go through the higher numbered guards. An analogy I like to think of regarding this concept is a staircase. Here, I'm showing a side view of some steps. The black line is the floor level, but in this example, it will signify your scalp. The step surface area represent your hair, and each step shows the levels created from using the different guards. So here we have a 0 or a half guard, a 1 guard, and a 2 guard. As stated earlier, the closest you could get to the scalp is with the shaver, then the trimmer, then a closed clipper. When you cut your hair with the blade open on the clipper, you will reach the beginning of the first step. Next, with your 0 or half guard attached to an open blade clipper, this leads to the next step, which is the number 1 guard. This continues as you move up. The goal of a fade is to remove the lines created from each step and instead transition in a smooth angle. Now let's act like this ruler is the side of my head. When using the clippers, make sure you put this flat part against the scalp. Move the clipper up to start cutting the hair, then flick out with your wrist. This will help prevent creating hard lines in your head. So if I were creating a guideline with this ruler, I would start with the clipper closed to bald out the hair. Then fully open the clipper and go up about an inch to create the next guideline. In order to blend out the bottom line, gradually close the clipper and keep cutting down until you get to the closed bald line. With all of that information in mind, let's see it in practice. I start off by spraying my hair wet so I can do some scissor work since the top is long. I hold the scissors and comb with my right hand, then I comb my hair forward to reset the hair, then comb back into my left hand. Pinch the hair and cut. I do this throughout the top of my hair until it's about even. After the top is fully cut, I comb my hair forward, grab the number 5 guard, then attach it to a closed blade. I cut in a forward direction with the grain, which is the direction the hair is combed, and take several passes to make sure the top is even. With the clipper blade all the way closed and no guard, it's time to create the bald guideline. I would say my bald fade is a little higher than a mid fade. Use your eyebrows as reference when creating this line. Open the blade and create the next guideline. Go up about 3/4 to 1 inch. Gradually close the blade and keep fading down to remove the bald guideline. Remember to flick out your wrist. After each pass,
make it a habit to brush your hair with the grain. This will remove any loose hairs and reset your hair for the next pass. Here, the lever is in the middle position, so I'm only going halfway up. As you can see, I'm not using the full blade when blending. I use the corners and half the blade to prevent creating unnecessary lines. Now the blade is just about closed to knock out the bottom guideline. I'm only showing you the right side of the cut due to the camera's placement. Create the next guideline with a 0 or half guard open. I go up about half to a 1/4 inch. I start to gradually close the clipper to blend the line out. Fully close the lever. I'm still working the corners of that blade to get the line out. It's coming along and you could start seeing the fade. With the number 1 guard open, create the next guideline and go up about half an inch. Close the lever to blend the new line out. With the number 2 guard open, this is where I start to blend into the top bulk of the hair. I try to make it so that my hair is more of a box shape. Close the 2 guard and repeat. The 3 guard is the highest I'll go to blend into the number 5 on top. I have the blade about halfway open. Now close the blade to finish off the blend. Since my hair is straight, I follow up with scissors to further shape the side of my hair and cut off the remaining bulk. With the trimmers, I use my eyebrows as a reference for a straight line. I like to start in the center of my head and work out towards the side where my hair is naturally higher. Then I work towards the opposite side to even it out. You can see that I constantly look at the mirror to make sure everything is straight. For the boxes, make sure the angles are equal and the corners are defined. Here I am evening out the opposite side. You don't need to push down hard, light taps will do the trick. A straight razor isn't necessary, but I always follow up the trimmers with it for a crispier line. Pull the skin in the opposite direction that you want to cut. Angle the blade about 30 degrees, then gently glide it over your skin. My hair is styled forward and doesn't fully lay flat, so I use the clippers and scissors to cut off the bulk from the front of my head. This further defines the lineup. A little more cleanup on the sides. Then one last touch-up pass with the trimmers. From there, I close my clippers to cut off the remaining hair on my neck and sides. You can definitely stop there, but I like the fade closer to the skin, so I follow up with the shaver. The flick out motion still applies with the shaver. Then I use the trimmers to blend in between the very first guideline and the 5-star shaver. Now I'm using the handheld mirror to identify any dark spots and do some touch-up work. Recombed the hair and brought the scissors out one last time. Once you're happy with the results, put on that aftershave. This is the best part of a haircut in my opinion. And here is the final result, looking like a whole new person.
I hope this helps you all due to the COVID-19 stay-at-home order. Follow these steps and you'll have the freshest fade in the house. But if you did mess up, just remember your hair will grow back. Learn from your mistakes and go at it again. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Please leave some feedback. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. I'll see you all next time.